Hello, everyone. Welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I'm your host, Ultima Maxima, and today we have Rome Season 2, Episode 10, the finale episode. So, this is kind of a big deal, right? Because this is the first time we've started something on the channel and finished it, all the way through. So, that's really cool. Just want to give a shout out to Kragans, who was the person that originally recommended Rome, the series. I absolutely love it when someone recommends me something and I have no idea like anything about it really, and I end up loving it. And that's exactly what's happened with this show. And while we still have one episode left, I'm very confident it's going to be a very good finale and that things will end on a high note because every episode has just been great. I basically fell in love with the show, have enjoyed it all the way through, and honestly, just I kind of feel like I should have watched this show like a decade or two ago, but at least I have it now up on the channel, so that's kind of cool. That's a nice milestone, like I said, first time watching something for the first time all the way through from the beginning to the end, and yeah, that's just really cool. So right off the bat, we're obviously going to get a fight between Octavian and Mark Antony. I think Octavian is going to win. Just based on the previous episode, it seems like he's effectively rallied the Roman Senate and the Roman people. That was kind of a big poker chip in Mark Antony's favor, is that the people of Rome genuinely loved him. And now that they've turned on him, I think with their full support, Octavian will be able to defeat Mark Antony in battle. So I do think Mark Antony is going to be killed this episode. I don't know if Cleopatra will be or not. There's that whole interesting dynamic where Pullo is being sent to try to salvage what he can, and Vorenus is on the opposite side with Mark Antony, and there's the potential there for them to come to blows. The more I think about it, the more I think that Titus is not going to be able to kill his own son, Caesarion. The boy even looks like Titus. I think it was hinted at strongly that Vorenus believes that the father is really Titus too, just because of how he was speaking. I didn't pick up on it in the moment, but when he was talking about Caesarion's father, Caesarion was asking about Caesar, but Vorenus was talking about Titus. So yeah, I believe he believes that Caesarion is, Titus's son, and I think it's pretty obvious in the way the boy actor was casted. It highly suggests that yes, this is the son of Titus. I don't think Vorenus is going to be able to kill Titus, so yeah, I think we'll have a situation where some agreement will be made. The boy lives, and Titus and the boy get out of there somehow. I don't know quite what's going to happen to Vorenus. I hope he kind of comes back to Rome and somehow manages to make a life with his family. That may just be, me just hoping to hope. I want both Titus and Vorenus to have a good ending. I don't want to watch one of them die here. Yeah, I just want nice things for the boys because they've been through a lot and they really, really deserve it, in my opinion. One of the advantages to going back and editing the previous episode is it forces you to watch that episode again. And upon a rewatch, since I did the editing for the previous episode already, I think it's pretty clear that Drusilla is more intelligent than she lets on. As it was suggested with the name drop in the previous episode, she was married to Nero, and her son is named Tiberius. Both of those people become emperors at some point. I think if Octavian goes to Egypt to deal with Mark Antony, she's alone in Rome. I think there's the potential there for betrayal, and she takes the opportunity to help establish a new emperor with Octavian, out of power. The show is not historically accurate, so I don't know exactly what they're going to do. I think there will be a power vacuum with Octavian's absence, and Drusilla will manipulate the situation to get her former husband named emperor, secure the throne, like the birthright for her son to take over after him. That's just where I see things headed. That could be completely way off base. I could be reading into it, out of nowhere. I want to go bold with this, so let's get crazy. I know at one point from Roman history, the Gauls, Visigoths, Huns sack Rome, burn it. I think that would kind of be a cool way to end the series with the burning of Rome. Something interesting I picked up on when Titus was going to Octavian for help with the grain situation. Agrippa pointed out something that they could transfer troops to Lepidus in Africa as a way of kind of alleviating the famine situation in Rome. Less mouths to feed, but at the same time, doing that reduces the number of soldiers that are there to defend Rome. And I thought I kind of picked up on that a little bit, and I think maybe that might be enough to lead to the sack of Rome. I remember in season 1, at the end of it, Caesar burns the king of the Gauls. The Gauls eventually ritualistically burn the body and kind of vow revenge, and I think that would kind of be a cool send-off for them to actually get their revenge. Given the whole situation where Rome is clearly divided right now and fighting itself, it just seems like the perfect opportunity for an outsider to actually sack Rome, and I want to go bold with this prediction, so that's what I think is going to happen. I think the Gauls are going to sack Rome. Now, I could be way off base. I do think it's going to be a great episode, and I don't want to prolong this any further because I've been, rambling for a while. But as always, remember to blank, blank, and blank. Channel's doing really well. Just need to catch up on watch hours, and we hit monetization. And yeah, the only other thing is I have made a Blue Sky social account, Joe Consumes Cinema. So if you want, feel free to make your own account. I highly recommend it. It's like Twitter, but with far fewer Nazis and Russian bots, so it's honestly great. But yeah, you can follow me over there if you like. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got, so let's just get right into the episode. Yeah, it looks like we missed a big Navy battle.
I've been fearful of defeat. But now that it has come, it's not near as terrible as I'd expected. The sun still shines. Water still tastes good.
The navy of our Imperator, Octavian Caesar, under the command of Marcus Vipsanius Agrippa, has won a decisive victory over Queen Cleopatra and her slave, Mark Antony. The Egyptian fleet has been destroyed.
Tick, tell him no. He will put himself and his woman in my hands without conditions.
Yes, sir.
There is a man close to Antony. His name is Lucius Vorenus. I want you to speak to him alone.
Tell him that his children are well, and that I hope my child is well also. Private joke. He'll understand.
Yeah, he will.
He demands that you surrender yourself and your people without conditions.
Calm.
I am calm. I am.
We could escape by night. In disguise. We could go south. And
It's not going to work.
I cannot run. I'm a soldier. Not a fucking magician.
Whores, hermaphrodites, and lickspittles.
This is our army now.
He hopes his child is well also.
So he's here.
And close to Caesar. He answers for your safety. If you will forsake Antony and find a way to open the gates.
You tell Titus Pullo that his son is well. But he has forgotten who I am.
Maybe you should think on it a while.
Yeah, Vorenus is not going to budge. He is who he is.
You tell him to shove his terms up his ass.
Yeah, Mark Antony is gone. Octavian's easiest path is to try to convince Cleopatra to open the gates for him. Betray Mark Antony, which she probably will do.
Mark Antony, if you will deliver him to me, either alive or dead being no matter, I promise to you on my oath that you and your people will be unharmed and treated with all respect.
he asks me to bring eternal dishonor on my name.
Surprising she's as loyal as she is.
Why not now?
Let's not go in darkness. Tomorrow in the sunlight.
Oh my god. Did Cleopatra kill herself?
Dearest love, forgive me for leaving you this way. You know how I hate to say goodbye. I will see you again on the other side. Please, come quickly.
Wow. It's really fucking sad.
With her last breath, she called your name.
Anything to get rid of that fucking hangover.
Oh my god.
Lucius Vorenus.
I end to the end. Don't you die here with me.
It's been an honor serving with you, sir.
Has it?
Oh god, why do I have a creeping feeling that she didn't actually kill herself now? Putting him in his armor. That's how he should be remembered. Oh my fucking god, I called it. Oh, you fucking hateful bitch. I think if she had just asked him to do this, he would have, to spare her life. I don't think the deception was honestly necessary.
Lucius Verenus wishes to speak.
No.
Then he shall stop looking at me. I gave you an order.
I take no orders from you.
I let you live because Antony was fond of you. Do not test me now.
Kiss my
Ass! You're lucky I don't open your stomach!
I wonder that you had not done the honorable thing and followed your captain.
Oh, I would. But I have to get Caesarion out of here.
What do you mean?
If he stays, Octavian will kill him.
He's perfectly safe. I've made a pact with Octavian. I keep my crown, and no harm will come to my people.
Octavian may let you live, so he can parade you through the forum, in your crown. To Antony's children, he will show public mercy and kindness. But Caesarion, another son of Caesar, Octavian will kill him.
No.
He's right.
Why would you save him? What is he to you?
He's nothing, but his father is my friend. I'll take the boy to him. Titus Pullo.
Is he a good man?
Define good.
Octavian is going to be mad when Caesarion is not here.
Antony painted you as a cruel monster. But it is not so. I sense that you are a good and honest man. I'm not wrong, am I?
No.
My children and I are perfectly safe.
You are.
Even Caesarion.
He's just a boy.
I was hungry to live. But you were right about that boy. The monster. He only wants me alive to parade me in chains for a mob to spit on. I lied to you for nothing.
Find the children!
That was pretty petty at the end there.
How's it going? Not so bad, you.
That was quick.
How are the children? Well enough. Brina the Elder's at the Temple of Obona with Lydie. Lucius got apprenticed to a stonemason.
Stonemason, now that's a decent trade.
He's on fire to be a soldier.
You're not encouraging him, are you?
No, of course not. Brina the Younger, now, she's a little tiger. As soon as His Majesty opens his mouth, we're cooked.
Grain merchants. Yeah. Lost your way. Jsme on Monteco evolhem, Taza.
Ina, ire, Rome.
Told you.
Oh boy. Oh shit. Yep. Minor wound, I hope.
Is he all right?
Huh? I've seen worse. He'll be fine.
No, done.
Get up, you big girl.
I want to see my children.
They're thousands of miles away from Rome.
All my life, I've watched you strive for this moment. Look at you.
It's amusing, isn't it?
I don't know what I shall do if you give up.
Won't last long now.
Thank you, Dr. Pullo.
You're awake then?
Where are the children? Where are the children?
Shh. Lie still. Lie still.
They don't want to see me.
Father?
Oh. Shit.
Yes.
Oh, I don't mind, really. But it is I should go first. You will find if you consult the priests, the wife takes precedence.
I don't give a fuck what the priests say. I'll not let a
Fuck the
vicious
priests.
little collop like you walk ahead of me. I go first. I can see you. You're swearing now that someday you'll destroy me. Remember, far better women than you have sworn to do the same.
True.
Look for them now.
Guess he finally got his triumph. Man, just look at all the extras. They went all out for the finale. Looks great. Parading their bodies around.
He's dead.
You're certain?
Killed him myself. He bought it.
Brother Osiris, let me live to spit in his face and remind him of this day. By my blood I'll not rest until I have avenged my mother and redeemed my father's name.
About your father.
Oh, man. That's great. Okay. Took some time just to gather my thoughts. That was the finale. It was amazing. This show is up there with, the best of Game of Thrones, the best of Sopranos, the best of Breaking Bad. It really is that damn good. And I just want to thank Cragans again for, initially recommending the show. And it's just been great. I've just enjoyed every episode, honestly. It's just been fantastic. So all of my predictions were wrong. And I'm not upset about that at all, because it was really, really good. Right off the bat, you had the suicide of Mark Antony. It really bothered me in the moment how she set that up, and I don't think it was necessary. I think if she had told him at that point that if he sacrifices himself, maybe the rest of us can get out of this, that might have been enough. Turning his grief against him as a weapon to where he would do that to himself is just very cruel. And it really made me not like Cleopatra. It was all for nothing, because as soon as she actually meets with Octavian, she realizes, no, this guy's cold as ice. He will kill Caesarion, and he will, as she said, parade her through the street with her children, have the mob spit on them. Mark Antony's take on Octavian was 100% correct. He's not merciful, and Caesarion would have been killed. It did lead up to that great scene where she's got the poison venom literally coursing through her veins, and she, with her dying breath, she says, "You have a dark soul." Yeah, that was pretty cool. Titus eventually caught up to Varenus, who took Caesarion to get him out of there before he was killed. And it was cool seeing them reunite again one last time. They go through that checkpoint, and the boy gives it up because he can't help himself. He's a elitist snob after being raised in a palace. At first, I thought the wound wasn't anything, but then, sure enough, it hit him in the right spot. And then when he got back to Rome and saw his family again, that scene just fucking destroyed me. Really, really sad, and it really got me, but at the same time, kind of a nice moment. A little bit of reconciliation toward the end. You know, after everything that they've been through, you know, some good actually came from it, I guess. You know, other than that, just a nice wrap up to the end. I love the last scene there where Titus and Caesarion are walking through the streets of Rome, and he's talking about, you know, getting revenge for his father, and then Titus just says, "About your dad." Like that's fucking awesome. Just a nice little send off because, you know, the truth had to out eventually, but you know, why not right now? And yeah, that was just great. I love seeing that. This was just a great send off to the entire series. I guess I'll do like a little ranking. Obviously, season 1 for me is like a 10. That's like as near perfect television as you can get. And season 2 was still really, really good. There were like small problems in the beginning, but I think it more than made up for it. Pretty much after episode 4, it was just, you know, awesome scene after awesome scene in each episode. Big time payoffs here and there, through like scattered throughout. I've learned about the show that originally they were scheduled for multiple seasons. This was kind of HBO's first big flagship TV series, and the budget kind of killed them. So they reduced the number of seasons they were going to have. That's why season 2 feels a bit rushed. I personally think they could do 3, maybe 4 seasons. Take the entire lead up to Mark Antony and Octavian, you know, joining forces to defeat Brutus and Cassius. That could have been like an entire season built up on its own. You could have had the fallout with the family, like an entire season on its own, where it leads to Mark Antony's, you know, banishment to Egypt. Final season could have been, you know, the actual fight to remove Mark Antony from Egypt, get him off the board completely, and the conclusion to the series. And that could have been 4 seasons. While I do think it felt a little bit rushed at times, it was still really, really good television, and I still enjoyed it. It's like a minor complaint. Whereas I rank season 1 as like a 10 out of 10 season, this is like a little bit less than that, but still like a high 9, 9.5, 9.8 territory out of 10. So it's still really, really good. The finale episode, especially the scene with Varenus and his children, just fucking destroyed me. That was just great. And that was, you know, more than a full season of payoff right there, you know, building up to that moment, and we finally get it where they forgive him on his deathbed, and that's just great storytelling. Great way to end the series. I'm so happy I got recommended this, and it's just been nothing but good for me personally. Just enjoyed every second of it, and also just great for the channel, really. Week to week, this has been one of the best performing videos, just because people really get into it, and I love that. I love the engagement. I'm sad to see it go, but I'm glad that I experienced it. So as always, thanks for watching, and peace.